So, this magic lizard tries pulling a 10 out of 10 healer waifu out of thin air. But nope, he gets Kim Oyen instead. Huge fail. Days Bro thinks he kicked the bucket and starts the flashback reel. Brutal vet school grinding. Getting roasted daily. Finally snagging. Degree. Then suffering. 3 years of peanuts. Pay saving. Dumped fly. After maximum stress, our main guy finally gets to start a tiny clinic. But it is basically dead. 0 clients. And even his sign decided to rage quit and go dark. One night, crying over his empty wallet and tragic life, he hears a weird noise. Boom. He is instantly warped to a blinged-out cave with a glowing magic circle. Thinking he totally went to the bad place, he screams, "Why am I here?" The scaly dude says he needs a vet for his pet, ASAP. Expecting a beast, he is shook when the claw opens to show a tiny, sleepy fruit bat. Seeing the thirsty little guy, Ojin goes full doc mode. Name, symptoms, how long have you had this thing? The dragon flexes that he has had Catalyst for 1 week. Since pets are currently the vibe for all, the dragons, hating impulsive owners. Our guy asks if the bat is actually eating. The giant lizard smugly claims he serves fresh blood, thinking the bat is fancy. Like that, Ojin facepalms hard, totally done with this. It is the classic clueless owner vibe he hates most. Annoyed, he tells the reptile fruit, bats are not vampires. Only spooky ones do that. Poor Catless is starving. Bro, cringe moment dragon, admits he is a total noob at this. Ojin roasts him for 0 research and says the freezing cave will kill the bat. The beast whines, he is an ice type, but our boy says, nope, still bad for the bat. Feeling super guilty, the dragon bows his head, says sorry to Catless, and swears to grab fruit and free him. Thankful for the save, the lizard offers 1 wish as a my bad gift. He jokes. Make me a loaded oil tycoon or a rich villain kid. Confused, the dragon hands over his necklace, saying it is a magic charm that grants good vibe wishes only. It starts glowing, so he thinks this is the spirit world. Before fading, he panics and wishes for early Bitcoin days. The dragon watches him poof, then rushes to get fruit, still weirded out by the goddess he got. Bam! He spawns on a loud street, smelling like snacks. Confused. Did he respawn or possess someone? A fruit dude sees his weird outfit, asks if he is touring, and says, "Welcome to Be More Land of Markets." Suddenly, a massive bunny bulldozes the street, snacking on carrots. Folks scream and split, but Ojin freezes, staring at a beast chilling in the crowd. Fruit lady says it's Belmore's pet. Run. Then Ojin sees a kid crying by the bunny. Dude dashes in, snatching her before the beast bites. As the rabbit strikes, his charm glows, blue leash pops up. Crowd gasps. Is he a wizard? Fruit girl hugs sis. He's no tourist. Belmore arrives, mad as pet's tied. Ojin, it almost bit a kid. Belmore, no way. Fed up, he snaps. Bad owners ignore flaws. That bite cracks skulls. Sisters dig his brutal honesty. Ojin checks the bun. Fat ears, stressed and overfed. When he asks why, Belmore admits Liz rips her fur out. Ojin says, stress kills, no crowds for her. Belmore asks about workouts. So he says free roam at home. Don't spoil her. Crying Belmore says folks mock him, but Ojin gets animals. Belmore calls butler, pays up, asks for checkups. Says Sora to pet, leaves with her. Hero mumbles, never coming back. Crowd swarms, cheering. Ojin's guts. Fruit girl thanks him, offers a discount. He's broke, but she points at the bag. Finds gold, bites one. Legit. He smirks. Maybe he can open a clinic and pay old debts. Ojin thanks the applicants. Joking, he hopes someone He says, it's interview time, a life or death game. He thinks of Belmore who gave cash and land. Thanks to that, help his second clinic opened easy. Belmore set up the shop, full of bunny stuff. Dudes chill. Free is free. Knowing Belmore pays off. Work's busy, but he knows squat about this world, or the dragon thing. Promised home, then ditched him here. Wanting answers, our hero posts a hiring staff sign. Needs a pro who can do it all. Interviews start, and Ojin straightens up, scoping out the weirdos in line. First up is Thomas, bragging about his fancy bloodline and strict dad. Ojin listens for a sec, but gets bored of the ego trip real quick. Candidate number 2. Philip swears his fam has worked with critters for ages. Sounds cool until he drops the bomb. They run a butcher shop. Ojin mentally deletes that guy from existence. Is finding a normal human in this world actually impossible? Third guy steps up, looking super pale and totally sketch. Ojin tries to be chill, but loses it when the dude flops on the floor begging. That's the last straw. From now on, judging books by their covers is the plan. Before he can react, a girl steps out from the queue. She doesn't say a word, just decks the guy across the room. I'm Selena, expert beast. I know the basics. That swagger was awesome. so Ojin hires her right there. Next afternoon, our hero is chilling inside his fresh clinic, soaking up rays by the window. Noon already, and Selena's ghosting him. Bad hire. He's about to post a new ad when someone knocks, thinking it's her. He opens up to see some random dude. Soon the guy's sipping tea, while Ojin flashes a fake smile. On the inside, our boy is throwing a massive party. First customer means cash for those crushing debts. Reminds him of his old clinic that flopped because of his rage. He totally lost it on a client who wouldn't brush their dog's teeth, got branded a psycho vet, fast. But this time, Ojin swears to keep cool and charm the cash right out of their pockets. Snap back to reality. He asks about the pet. Dude grins, pointing to a lizard named Pojakfu. Finally, a normal critter. Not the usual freaky monsters, but that chill vibe dies fast. When the guy admits he yanked its tail till it popped off, Ojin bites his tongue and checks out the lizard instead. Pojak's skin is dry and red. Bad shed day, for sure. He mentions it, and the guy says, Pojak has an attitude. Right on cue, the little guy spits fire at Ojin's face. Before Ojin can blink, Selena crashes through the door, tackling him out of the danger zone. Waz toasted. Ojin, bleeding, thinks the tackle hurt more. Pulling himself together, he realizes patient number 1 is a fire-breathing salamander. Does this place even have fireproof gear? Meanwhile, the customer is totally crushing on rizzing her up while she grills him on where he got the beast. Proudly says he snagged it from the mountain, swearing it was love at first sight. Selena drops the bomb that keeping a salamander is illegal, cause they're endangered. Too much hunting. But she's like, chill. If we say it's a temporary medical checkup, the cops won't care as long as you free it later. But dude hugs Pojak tight, tearing up, refusing to let go. Suddenly, he bolts for the door, screaming nobodies, splitting him from his lizard soulmate. Ojin stands there, jaw on the floor, staring at the door. Selena hesitates until our hero barks at her to chase the guy. Just like that, Exam 1 turns into a goofy town chase. Classic start to another wild chapter in Ojin's rebooted life. Ojin sends Selena ahead, and the market goes crazy. Fruit Lady was just humming about the chill vibes. Without the Rev's drama, then realizes peace is a lie. She ducks, deciding this mess is definitely not her problem. The guy zigs through the crowd, clutching his prize like his life depends on it. Our boy's wheezing but won't quit, while Fruit Lady watches the chaos, mumbling, not my circus, not my monkeys. Runner guy mutters about thieves trying to snatch Our duo chases until they're totally gassed out. Gasping, she roasts Ojin, saying he needs cardio, then remembers the lizard's critical state. He admits the critter's shed is stuck bad and needs help ASAP. Selena's face gets serious, remembering the risk. A salamander that can't shed goes boom, torching everything. No break time. Gotta find it before disaster strikes. Meanwhile, thinking he's slick, the guy gets home, relieved. He puts Pojak down, calling their bond destiny. His joy turns into weird artistic and he starts belting a funky tune that fills the room. Panic hits when PJ shakes and literally bursts into flames. In seconds, his crib is engulfed in fire. Cuffing in smoke, he tries to talk it down like hugs fix fire. Pojak answers with a fireball, making it way hotter. Selena drags the guy out while Ojin braves the heat to stop the beast. He thinks a fire extinguisher would be clutch. Then his pendant glows. Light fades, and bam, he's holding exactly that. Zero time to question the magic. He sprays the flames until the lizard chills and the room goes quiet. As the fire dies, Selena checks the scene. The guy sits in the ruins, mumbling the failed shed caused the He swears he'll be a better dad to put, but honestly, the vibes are super clingy. MC just stares, doubting this guy knows zip about real love. Clueless love isn't cute. Ojin thinks it's just selfish. Wood's time. Podge finally shed his skin. Selena says he's glowing. Our boy, shook by the size. Dude gets emo, mumbling it's time to set the beast free. He watches Pojak eat into the trees. Whispering cringe promises the lizard definitely can't understand. Ojin, guys, oblivious. In his head, he's the main character. Then, plot twist, it gets kinda sweet when stops on a rock and spits a giant fireball sky. Boom, fireworks everywhere. The sunset looks lit. Guys crying happy tears. MC knows the cure finally worked. Couple days later, that same dude pops up downtown as Rosha, strumming near the fountain. Kids vibe while he belts a weird bop about The track goes viral IRL. Everyone's mood is boosted. Selena watches, kinda laughing, while our hero stands there, unbothered but low-key curious. Hearing folks talk biz, Ojin admits the singing slaps, then the clout chases him back. Ojin's clinic gets mobbed. Street is totally blocked. Doesn't scream his name, thirsty for checks and attention. He freezes, rip quiet, life. Selena jokes about quitting. In the chaos, Ojin realizes Their tiny shop is now the town's hottest spot. Just a Tuesday. Birds singing. Huge line at the door. He wraps up a checkup and tells them we're done. Come back later for a vibe check. Selena warns he'll drop dead soon, so chase that bag now. Our boy calls next. Thinking, 2 months in, and clinic number 2 is poppin'. Shout out to those hype birds. Start was crazy busy, but the cash flow calmed them down. Someone peeks in. Yo, you guys still open? Selena yells closed, but Ojan waves them in. While working, MC thinks about this weird world's lore. Outside, peeps gossip about pets. One says Coco's fasting. Another spots a cat's red eye. Pets here are clingy, but their sicknesses are wild. Later, Ojin man, I'm toasted. Selena says, one more and we're out. Curious, he asks. A shaman, she says, used for hunting. Super trendy now, but they go full psycho on strangers. So abandonment is high. Trend chasing owners should just vanish. Our boy, he heard these critters get massive, growing as ... tall as a person's chest, with claws that shred wild boars like paper. Watch yourself, Selena warns. Next up, a 2-month-old pup, totally wiped and limping since yesterday. Ojin checks the leg joints. Shouldn't be this creaky at that age. Spots a thorn in the paw, yanks it out with ... tweezers, cleans the cut, and promises it'll heal up fine. The pup stumbles around while our guy watches. Selena peeks over. Curious. Owner dips, and Ojin sighs. Finally, I'm done. You looked kinda happy there, Selena notes. He's confused, 'cause of the cute pup or the shift ending. She teases, rare to see you smile for anything but cash. Nobody got wrecked today. Ojin shoots back, explaining the worst part of the gig is seeing sick caring hurts too much, so he stays cold. Flashes back to a jerk in his old world who ditched a pet for vacation. Our boy remembers grilling ... them and realizes that's when he started roasting bad owners. Closing time, and Selena notes the sun's dipping. Ojin gripes about the rush and tells her to hustle. Suddenly, that interview guy shows up screaming for help. Ojin looks at Selena. You do exorcisms? Only if punching ghosts works. She did. Dude grabs him and yeets him out the window. Selena is shook. Later in the woods, Ojin is face planted. The guy apologizes for not knowing Ojin was too unfit for a hill. Who even are you? Ojin gasps, realizing it's no ghost. The guy says he's admin worker who dragged our guy here 'cause he tamed the Lord's rabbit. Wants him to catch a stray? I'm a vet, not a dog catcher. Ojin snaps. Selena pops up. Yeah, we ain't a rescue squad. Schwinn begs, you guys are our last shot. Saying a stray claimed the construction site 2 months back. They've tried grabbing it, but it's fast. Work starts in 2 days. Fail, and the troops come to terminate the Our boy goes quiet, then asks, where is the ... Clarifies he's a rookie at catching, just wants a peek. Schwinn nods, just a bit further up. I didn't say yes, Ojin just looking. Selena smirks. Oh, you're totally doing it. At the spot, Schwinn points. Usually, chills there. Snap, a noise pops, and a shaman creeps from the shadows. Ojin clocks it. Selena says, peeps get M. Then ditch M when bored. Buying M is a total trend right now, but most get ghosted and tossed. Ojin scopes the pup outfits, looking Sola for 2 months, totally starving. Suddenly, a freaky noise scares the squad. Thinking monster, our guy spins around, just as the doggo screams and launches at him. Selena yanks him back. Too close, dude, watch out. Ojin's like running from a mad dog, rookie, mistake. Selena fires back. That doing zip gets us chewed up. He says running triggers it. Gotta distract the beast? Before he finishes, the pup just freezes up. Total shock. Everyone freezes. Why'd it chill? He recalls Schwinn. It a hunter. Angry hunters don't just quit. But the dog just wanders off. Weird? Selena mumbles. No one gets. A doggo's brain. Schwinn says it chases folks daily. It's a pain and locals are always whining. Ojin zones out, then gets curious. What complaints? Schwinn spills the tea on how locals call it a monster and want it caged ASAP. Our hero thinks hard. Anyone actually get bit? He asks. Schwinn pauses, then admits, nope, 0 injuries. Turning to Selena, asks if she still buys that loyal dog hype. She's like, totally. And Ojin's face changes. Light bulb moment. Next morning, they hit the village near the mountain. New plan, find the backstory, not fight. He's hunting the ex-owner now, thinking the past is the key. Food traps. Nah, won't work on this loyal boy. That skinny bod screams. A crazy loyalty, stronger than hunger. Walk in, Ojin's brain is spinning. He thinks of owners saying, stay, then vanishing forever. That wild loyalty and betrayal is wrecking this pup. He's seen folks ditch their besties before. He's low-key seething at the thought. Dude swears, when they catch the owner, they're gonna face the music and see exactly what their poor, loyal pup had to survive through. Asking around town, they start hearing the same tea everywhere. One local claims Gabrielle's hubby had to quit working. All cause of that dog roaming the mountain. Parents ban kids from the woods, terrified. Even teens are spooked. Then there's this old guy, rambling about cash lost ages ago. Totally random. But one thing's for sure, the whole village totally hates this stray. After hours of chatting, our duo takes a break on a corner. Sick of the drama, Ojin bets the owner isn't even local. Selena agrees, since literally everyone here is a hater. Just salty about the animal? Suddenly, a long-haired lady walks up. She heard them and says they're looking for Jake, the dog's dad. She says, "Follow me," and leads them to Jake's place. Ojin sees the house is way out in the sticks, hidden. She says Jake was a total loner, so nobody really knew him. When they get to the wooden shack, she points to a grave. Turns out Jake died 2 months back. She explains he had 0 family, so she handled the funeral herself. Also, Jake didn't ditch the dog. He just never made it home. She tried to adopt the dog once, but failed. Super sad now, she begs him to save Max. That hit Ojin right in the feels. He feels super guilty for judging so hard earlier. He prays for Jake, regrets it all, and vows to save Max. Later, back in the woods. Schwinn tells the cops he expected them tomorrow. Guess they wrapped up their last gig early. He says let's wait till tomorrow to end Max. But the officers are like, no. One insists on handling it right this second. Village hates the dog anyway, so nobody will care if he's gone. Back at Jake's, Ojin steps inside and instantly smells herbs. Jake was definitely a plant guy. Selena says, grab anything with his scent. She points to some clothes hanging there. He spots a cute pic of Jake and Max together. Wonders what happened to a dude who loved his dog that much. Then Selena points out a photo on the wall. It's a mandrake pic. She bets Jake was hunting for one. Dude remembers a movie scene, and Selena explains it's a mandrake, a screaming plant that's super rare and a pain to grab. Both of them flashback to that creepy noise from yesterday. Risky business, sure, but that mandrake is a cash cow every herbalist drools over. Meanwhile, Max is chilling by his cave, zoning out at the sky and missing his human. Flashback to that rainy day. He and Jake ducked inside. Jake just chuckled at the sudden shower, debating if they should wait out the storm. He lit a fire, tossed a woolen blanket on Max, and told him not to freeze his tail off. Max snuggled up. Jake, totally beat, grinned about their lucky shelter find. Glancing around, Jake spotted a sprout near the wall, clocked the leaf shape and realized, holy cow, a mandrake. Shook, he admitted he'd only seen these in textbooks. Hyped, he planned a gear run, told Max to stay put, promised he'd be right back. Max gave a soft woof, but Jake saw it wasn't far, smiled and stepped into the rain. Bam, massive rocks crashed down, gone in a heartbeat. Time flew, fire died out, but Max kept the vigil alive. A week later, tourists passed. One spotted the dog camping out, figured he was dumped, feeling bad. They tried to feed him. Max freaked, shrieked, and backed off, scaring him away. Spooked, the tourists bailed, muttering the mud was psycho, and no wonder he got ditched. Max went back to sitting, waiting for Jake, having no clue he was never coming back. Back in the now, officers roll up on a reminiscing Max. One guy's like, let's wrap this up, it's getting late. Lodge time. They prep tranquilizers strong enough to knock out a bear. Schwein begs for 1 more hour, saying he hired a rescue pro. From what he's seen, Max hasn't hurt a fly, just a dog with some baggage. Cop doesn't care about the sob story, says his job is protecting locals. Period. He aims the gun. Max pants heavily. Finger on the trigger. Selena and Ojin swoop in to stop him. Selena insists on rescuing the stray, not hurting it. Right then, Max hallucinates his owner standing there, smiling. Ghost Jake says he's here for him. You waited so long, buddy. Overjoyed, Max trots forward, tail going crazy, thinking it's real. Our hero steps up, voice keeping it low and gentle, admitting he isn't the guy Max is waiting for, but says, let's go home. Night falls. A deer runs for its life nearby, chased by a beast with glowing yellow eyes slicing through the dark. Its sharp shriek shatters the forest silence. Next morning, the peace at Ojin's clinic gets wrecked by a customer bursting in, begging for help with their pet. Our hero looks down at a bouncy panda so chunky it can barely roll. He facepalms hard as the dude swears his panda is starving. 7 meals a day. Ojin sighs. If he doesn't hit a healthy weight, he's toast. The guy looks shook, but our boy just yells, next patient. Schwinn strolls in, flashing that politest smile ever. Seeing him reminds Ojin of Max, that mountain dog Max hung around for days by the grave, totally in denial, pitied by folks in town until Schwinn finally got through to him. Ojin asks, what's up? Is something wrong with Max? Schwinn shakes his head and pulls out a weird plant. Selena instantly spots something super off. Roots totally exposed. Usually, these dudes stay buried. Schwinn says Jake found it pre-death and kept it as a keepsake. But when they replanted it, the thing kept popping out and screaming 24/7. Whole village needs earplugs. Some folks even got busted ears. Selena notes mandrakes are super moody about vibes. Schwinn sighs, this plant is literally unmanageable. Quiet, cause it's napping. When it wakes, chaos. He begs Zoj. Our main guy refuses. I treat pets, not screaming weeds. Schwinn insists it's not a plant, it's a straight-up demon. Ojin claps back that if that's the deal, take it to church. Suddenly, the thing twitches. Schwinn freaks out, yelling, it's waking up, and bolts, ditching the plant before our hero can stop him. Ojin yells after them, totally annoyed that he's seen people dump stuff, but never a salad. Selena traps it under glass. Hey, these are pricey or leaf to root. They can literally save dying people. He grumbles it's useless if it's psycho. Then, eyes open. Selena yells, cover your ears, save your ear. Ojin panics, missing his noise-canceling cans and break. But nope, no scream. The mandrake just grins, totally confused. He watches Selena analyze it. It likes you, she realizes. Show it your necklace. He does, and the thing's eyes pop. It starts dancing. He's shook. Selena laughs. It's like that bobblehead toy. He mutters, ooh, don't say it like that. Selena just smirks. Keep it in your room for now. He argues, but loses. Later, a loud knock wakes him up. Groggy, he grumbles. Night visits cost double, ... Until a girl rushes in with a dog bleeding everywhere. Seeing the cuts, he mutters, too deep, can't stop this. Selena's like, bro, Mandra, leave, stop bleeding. She walks up to grab some. The plant side-eyes her, so she freezes, telling Ojin to ask it himself. He rolls his eyes at begging a bush, but asks. Suddenly the plant grins, vibes, and hums. Confused, he grabs it, stops the bleed, and saves the dog. Lady cries buckets, while our guy just yawns. Says come back later before crashing in bed. 30 minutes later, loud banging wakes him up. Dude's at the door with a wrecked ear, pleading for help. It's messed up. Oyan sees, this wasn't hunting. Someone did it for fun. He mumbles about a psycho doing this. Confused locals ask if it's a new beast. A kid whispers it's Baron. Doyle's wolf playing games. Our guy goes full rage mode. He roasts the noble, asking how this is legal, screaming about animal rights. Locals say the Barons, AVIP, untouchable. Hero rants about freedom and democracy. They don't get. Selena snaps him back to the deer. 1 week later, clinic's a madhouse. Huge mob screams for him to save their pets. Fried Ojin loses it, yelling he's done, and starts a riot. He marshes the mob to Doyle's pad, roasting the Baron and demanding justice until guards show up. He's like fast intel, steps up, and owns it. Shockingly, they bow and walk him inside. Inside, a huge wolf lies there, barely alive. Baron Doyle's right there, begging Ojin to save his pet, promising cash. They freeze, staring at the beast that caused the drama. After 7 days of attacks, folks gossip about a magic beast in the woods. Word is that wolf offed, and now a minotaur stalks the forest. Everyone's shook. Some think they're toast and want to bail. Others say chill, Doyle's hunting the monster. Talk of a huge trap in 20. Locals hype the Baron up. Sure, they're safe with him. Our guy listens, knowing it's all fake. He recalls the Baron crying, ordering men to catch the beast that hurt his kid. To Ojin, it gives major fake news vibes from his own world. Selena's next to him, peeping the stress on his face. He realizes most hurt pets came from the eastern woods near town, but the Baron's wolf drama was out west. Still, Baron's crew ignores the east to search west. Selena thinks it's super sus too. Locals ghost the west woods, cause it's haunted. Just then, Glass Guy yells that the syringes are done. They are mouth tough glass and powder. Shockproof? He checks him out, totally hyped on the skills. Calling the tech wild for handmade stuff. Dude says it was a pain, and he won't make more. Ojin pays big bucks to force a team up. Soon, the clinic is stacked with new gear. Reno starts. Selena's shook by the modern vibes. Dude thinks it finally feels like a legit. One day, a guy walks in with huge herb bundles. He shows wild stuff. Some knock you out cold. Others fix tummy aches or coughs. One cleans cuts. Ojin checks. Finding the effects insane. Rumor says some cure deadly sickness. He says not even his world has this stuff. Selena roasts him. Then a girl runs in screaming about a caught monster. In the woods, the crew stands by a busted trap. A roar echoes through the trees. Soldiers push up, claiming the beast is trapped. Hero steps up, but the monster is just a mad kitty. Everyone goes quiet. Soldiers pause at the stray, but the Baron claims it's Scariswaf, pointing at evil claws. Ojin sees the soldiers are For real, as they net the cat, Kitty cries. Baron laughs and says, burn it. Hero says, nope, but Baron wants a public show. Seeing the scared pet reminds him of a guy who brought a hurt cat he fed before someone caught it. Ojin called those abusers demons. Hated him. Back now. The cat rips the net, making soldiers panic and yell. Suddenly, our boy gets an idea. He screams to cover faces, pointing at the cat. An M-shaped scar glows on its head. He calls it a demon, mark of Gona, the big plague. Ojin claims the cat is a demon, the true form of. Ojin spins a wild yarn about a plague starting with rats, then jumping to a kitty that snacked on the cursed rodents, absorbed their mojo, and became a So, our main dude claims this is totally ground zero. If this bug gets out, he says, it's basically Thanos snap, time for half of us. The mob, totally hyped, off the kitty, stares blankly. The guards are like, yeah right buddy. Even Baron Doyle grills him, basically calling cap on the whole story. But Ojin doesn't flinch, flashing back to a world kinda like this, that fought a similar, Varesa total mess of masks, panic, and zero chill. He claims the beast has bad vibes, but is young enough to get fixed. Our boy adds his world found a fix, so maybe they can pull it off here too. Looking at Selena, Ojin silently prays she back his bluff. She agrees, explaining that with the cats, blood, and some herbs, whipping up a cure is actually doable. He looks chill, but as Loki panicking, soldiers roast the story hard. Before drama spikes, the Baron gives Ojin 1 week. He's gotta heal the furball, show it off, then public execution. Yikes. Back at the clinic, our dude sighs, thanking Selena for the clutch save and her A+ acting skills. She says she actually wasn't lying. Tech-wise, a cure works with mandra roots, but you'd need hundreds of M. She asks why he's saving the beast. Warning, when it wakes up, it might go full Hulk mode. Ojin says this, Kitty didn't do the village attacks. He pulls up injury, stats the wounds are totally the wrong size and shape for a cat. The clues point to a diff predator. Selena clicks instantly. Magma, the Baron's wolf, is the Kitty was just defending itself. Our boy agrees, but thinks it's mad sus that the Baron, who hid Magma's mess, now blames a stray and starts a hunt. He bets the hunt is just a cover to snag the cat. Selena says that explains why the dude wanted the critter alive and why he bought Ojin's weak stories so fast. The weak story dig bugs him, but he focuses on the cat's cuts. That forehead scar isn't a normal boo-boo. An old marks show it's had a rough life. He decides to dig up the dirt on what this poor thing survived. Selena watches, realizing he's not the greedy jerk she thought he was. He's super gentle with the furball. He suddenly hugs it, face planting in fur, calling it soft and warm. Selena's respect vanishes. Now, she's sure Ojin is just nuts, while the mandra nearby is totally jelly. Next morning, creepy noises echo outside the shop. Townies gather, whispering about the freaky sounds. Rumors fly that our hero is fighting a demon and fixing the plague. Just hours later, fans hype him as a legend, basically an Isekai wizard. Everyone's screaming his name, calling Kim Ojin the magic GOAT. Inside, clueless to the hype. He tries feeding the cat, but gets clawed again. This verbal's attitude sucks. But wait, ... Did it shrink in the wash? Selena notes it lost mass in 3 days. Maybe it's leaking demon juice? Ojin's like, nah fam, it's just being hangry, burns energy, making it hungrier. A toxic loop of doom. He wishes for Kororo snacks, and bam, chest pain hits hard. The dragon bling on his neck lights up, shooting out a beam that turns into a chocolate treat. It flies right into the cat's maw, and the beast munches happily. Relieved, Ojin starts babying it while Selena stares, totally shook. Mid-snack, the forehead scar starts glowing. Selena freezes. The math is finally met. This ain't just a stray kitty. It's an OG beast from when dragons dipped and mana surged. Their holy horns fixed dry land and lit up the dark. Totally up. Their hearts were basically infinite mana batteries, with the horn as the charging port. But touch what? Instant. Game over. When the mana drought hit, they nearly went extinct, shrinking into runts just to stay alive. Still had that god-tier ego though. Only healers could tame them. Back at the clinic, the cat finally poops. Ojin cheers and feeds it more snacks. Selena wonders if bribing a monster with candy is actually smart. That night at Doyle's pad, Spy spills the tea. The cat's chill, and Ojin is spoiling it rotten. The Baron listens, sketchier than ever. His goons sound super nervous. They chatter about demon lions and plagues. Not a normal pet. No human has ever tamed a Monoceros, tiny or not. Worst case, their mana turns toxic and they go, boom, enough power to delete a whole country. Doyle gets spooked, recalling Ojin's talk of a world-ending plague and an epic human war. Plus, Monoceros don't eat human food, ever. Does this kid know secrets? Doyle suspects. Yes. Next morning, the clinic is buzzing. Newbie Pio calls up the next patient like a pro. Place is jumping and clean. Totally legit vibes. Selena yells at a guy whose pet won't sit still. She snaps, blasts magic to shut him up, scaring folks. Ojin panics as she zaps another dude. Total chaos. Boom. Just like that. Selena dips. No warning. Just ghosted us. Later, I found her messy peace out note on the desk. Her trash handwriting made me rage. Zero professionalism. I needed backup. Fast. So I hit up Pio, the neighbor, to cover her shift. Dude, Pio crushed it. Handled everything like a boss. Her insane. I'm Loki, thinking of hiring her full-time, but then Ojin noticed something sus. The noisy clinic suddenly went dead quiet. Next day, mystery solved. Ping ping, the hamster returned. Ojin's jaw hit the floor. That tiny fluff ball is now huge. Is that a panda? Nope. Owner calls it a flopper dog. Guess hamsters have a weird nickname in this server. Owners, like brah, you don't know what a flopper is? I panicked, but Pio saved me with a smooth lie. He's foreign. That's why he talks funny, but cures good. Feeling hype, our hero hears a guy say, study abroad student. Proud moment. I hired Pio, on the spot. Done deal. Ojin checked out Ping Ping's mega body. He looks healthy, but the size, totally sketchy. Maybe he ate some growth magic or something? Suddenly, the jellycat attacks the hamster. Bam! Ping Ping splits into 3 clones. We all froze. Ojin's brain just crashed. 404 error. Screaming internally cause physics just left the chat. Owner stoked, hugging them like yay, instant fam. Then a mini clone zoomed off. Chaos ensued. Tiny things were fast as lightning. Total mess. Then, Selena spawned back in, out of nowhere. She snagged all 3, like a ninja. These are blue. When asked about their backstory, guy says his dad gifted it. Selena kept him safe for science. No harm done. Ojin promised the clinic. Isn't creepy and won't act without a parents okay. Weird that he's the moral one now. That night, Selena dropped lore. Bloops aren't real. Animals. Some whack wizard made them ages ago. Heroes shook. Crazy scientists exist here too. She claims the mage was just confused, not evil. Ojin said bloops thought extinct for a century. Nope. Seeing one is a total shocker. Curiosity wins. He casually asks Selena her exact age. Bold move. Before she answers, the Skunja gurgles nearby. Awkward timing. He spins around, worried, but a knock kills the vibe. Through the door, a guard yells that Baron Doyle is here. Baron stomps into Ojin's clinic, loudly claiming he's gonna drag out the beast. Our guy starts low-key, freaking out. Hide the kitty, or bail. He had 0 time to prep for this mess. Babysitting the critter ate up literally every second. Faking a smile, he greets the noble, salty Selena left him, solo. Baron plops down heavy, skips the small talk, rejects tea, demands the beast, Aesop chill. Ojin stutters that the healing isn't done. Baron snaps. You're open, so it's fixed. Cold, so our boy cooks up a crazy lie fast, claims the exorcism glitched, soul binding him to the cat. While the goons trade cities, mumbling he's gotta be nuts to think that'll fly. Seeing his lie fail, our hero pivots. Why do you have another black cat caged in your basement? That hit hard. The fancy dude actually freezes up for a sec. Ojin doubles down. You're trying to pull a cat swap scam? Baron gets defensive. Denies it. Flipping the script. Says the village attacks are totally Ojin's fault. Our guy fires back. Villa was Baron's wolf. He pulls out medical receipts. Victim wounds match wolf claws perfectly. A goon snatches the papers, rips them up, and laughs at him. He grinds his teeth, hating that the cloud doesn't exist here. Suddenly, a thug shoves Ojin and heads straight for the cage. Kitty goes, feral, scratching the guy. Hero's brain is sprinting. Magic gear exposes him. Pulling weapons just makes it worse. He grabs his necklace, wondering if he should unleash its power. Total game Before he decides, the door flies open. Elves crash the party with Selena and a tall, white-haired dude. New guy sounds like a boss, ordering everyone to chill out. Baron clocks the World Tree logo, and that brow mark instantly. It's Callan, Big Boss Inspector, and Order Guardian. Massive deal. Baron stutters, a hello, Heidi, nerves with sarcasm. Fancy seeing VIPs in this dump. Nice try. Ojin gets mad, but stays quiet. Callian says, they're here about an endangered divine beast report. Hero stares. This elf looks like a walking movie star. Surreal. Click. So that's why Selena ghosted him for days. She hands the cage to Callan, and boom it hits. Pointy ears were a dead giveaway. Yup, she's totally an elf. Selena warns her boss to watch out, claiming that Kitty is savage. Kalyan starts chanting, wrapping Sunja in a glowy blue bubble. As the furball floats up, he checks out the nasty gash on its head. Looks like a chopped world tree. Branch a mana extractor to this nasty tech for draining magic. His chill vibe vanishes. Now he's ticked off. Baron, did he chop the horn? Kalia demands answers. Noble guy shakes, screams, not me, and books it in panic. Our boy stares, totally shook by the crazy power and clout these elves have. They outrank the nobles. Easy. Honestly, he's kinda loving the drama. Kalian says, few weapons can hurt a god beast like that. He'll find the truth. He thanks Ojin for saving the critter, and says they're adopting it. Before they move, Sunja's vibe spikes hard. Kitty smashes the magic shield, zooms out, and glues itself to our hero, trembling like it's scared to let go. Elves are shook. A holy beast cuddling a human. No way. Sunja grabs Ojin's necklace, shaken like crazy. Kalian squints at the pendant, realization hitting him. He whispers, the rumors are real. This is way bigger than they thought. Our guy feels super awkward with everyone staring. Same look as Professor gave him before a grad school pitch. Creepy? Even Selena's eyeing him weirdly now. Kalian pauses. Then dumps Sunja on Ojin and says normally. Protocol is dragging M2HQ for questioning. But Selena vouches for him. She shrugs, looking totally over it. He wonders why she's so chill. How is she not freaking out right now? Kalian casts another spell, making a cute necklace for It glows with protection magic to recharge its lost power. Neat. Sunja wiggles, obviously annoyed by the bling. Elf explains, it's got an SOS signal. If it's in trouble, we'll know. Ojin's impressed by their magic tech. It's practically a... Kalian whips out a ring as a thank you. Says it has Celestion family clout. Ojin takes it, nervously, honored, but worried. It comes with strings. Kalian insists on putting it on him. Super awkward. But Ojin lets him. Elves whisper approval. It fits perfectly. They say, he looks at the ring, unsure what mess he just stepped into. Kim Ojin's been single forever, and now he's finally got a ring on his finger. That magic ring is glowing way too hard. Total, sus vives. He tries to politely say hard pass, apologizing for rejecting the loot. Kayan's confused, but Bro explains jewelry is a nightmare for his hands. Kalian suggests he treat it like armor, which honestly sounds delusional to a Jin, but our main guy stands his ground. Repeating that, Hambling messes with his doctor game. Kellen finally quits arguing. He mumbles a spell, and Boomerang melts into a finger tattoo. Okay, that's actually sick. Put it over your heart, and say your name. Ojin does it, and a hologram of Kallen pops up instantly. The elf says it's basically magical face, voice, and video chat. Then he goes, try saying light. Our boy says it, and his finger turns into a flashlight. The elves smirk, while he geeks out, genuinely hyped by the trick. Kalian says there are more apps, but the antivirus protection is the big one. Ojin says, thanks still weirded out by this high-tech magic ink situation. Selena's amused, cause he went from no way to whoa real fast. Then Kalia notices the chain around our guy's neck. You can see the gears turning. Ojin says a dragon gave it to him. The elves are shook. Dragons ghosted this world 1,000 years ago. Yeah, I heard. He shrugs. I just fixed a dragon's sick pet. Dragon gave him the necklace and promised a ride home. But nope, got dumped here instead. Classic Isekai fail. He asks if anyone knows the way back to Earth. Suddenly, the elves go bug-eyed and drop to their knees. They start praying to the healing spirit, totally fanboying over him. Ojin freezes. What the heck? They think he's a god. Yo, stop. Wrong guy. I'm just a human. The dragon messed up. The pet wasn't even that sick. But Kallen points at the dragon bling like. Explain the legendary drip, then. That was just gas money for the trip. Ojin argues. Kallen grabs his hand, getting super serious. Look, our world is basically ending. The mana battery is hitting 0. Since dragons dipped, everything's breaking. No magic beasts left. World's toast. Next generation is cancelled. So the boss has made a club to try and fix the planet. Our dude zones out, hearing magical green piece. Kallen keeps yapping about some ancient legend. Some spirit of healing with dragon clout, supposedly saving the world. No pressure. Everyone freezes and stares at Oe. He points at his chest like, me, you, serious? Killian nods. Yup, waited centuries for you. He tries to say, wrong guy, but the elves are bowing, swearing, loyalty forever. The Celestian crew and the Ethethran squad vow to protect him. The pressure is insane. His brain is frying. He wants to yell that the dragon who dropped him here was nuts. Inside, he's like, is this some sick prank? Next day, the Chosen One drama ends. Back to the clinic grind. Customer walks in with a flying fish that well, can't fly. Ojin checks it. Eating fine. No issues there. Just getting old. She's bummed. Can't we fix it? Make it fly? He's like, look, aging happens. Gotta accept it. She pauses, then spills the tea about her sick dad who's totally obsessed with fish. He had a bunch, but they faded with him. Only Lumi's left. It was the proposal gift to her mom. Ages ago, he proposed by launching Lumi, like a sparkly. Back then, these fish lit up, flying, basically, living party lights. Oh, John's thinking, a fish, not a ring, kinda cringe. Selena claims it used to be romantic. Owner smiles weakly. Yeah, not so much now. After mom passed, dad crashed. Now he just babysits the fish. Lately, her dad said if Lumi can't fly, he's checking out. He feels the sad vibes. Total tear. Selena stone cold suggests just buying a new one. Wow, read the room. Crying, she begs him to fix Lumi so her dad doesn't lose it. But he just repeats, Lumi's actually fine. She's just old. Can't fix time. But she insists Lumi has to fly. Even though Ojin says Lumi is just aging, he sees how scary feelings get. Pet owners here are obsessed too. Some starve themselves or want to die with their pets. That emotional stuff gets toxic. Kalen pops up, demanding a promise. Then boom, he wakes up. Classic dream fight. Morning hits. Pio spots his zombie eyes instantly. She was up to thinks he's stressing over the fish. He denies it. She thinks the fish situation, not just getting old. Damn, it's a straight-up mana shortage. She thinks back to the glory days when flying fish lost their glow, caused the world's battery started dying. Low mana in the air basically grounded those fish for good. Ojin's like, whoa, this is literally pollution 2.0. Same toxic vibes, different dimension. The ecosystem is crashing hard. Suddenly, those elf rants about him being the chosen savior hit different. Selena jumps in. Yo, it's not just the fish tripping. Animals are dropping left and right. People say old age, but nah, they're thirsty for mana. Look at Monokuros, she points out. Dude used to be a whole lion. That sparks a memory weight. Sunja was a lion too. She's a cute fluff ball now, but imagine her OG beast mode. He pictures a giant lion licking its paw. Same energy. Bigger teeth. Brain blast. He asks Pio, what usually wrecks the fish guardians? Weak bones, she says. Like Snapafu breathe? Ojin turns to Selena. So, what's the fix? Bloom root for bones. Bloodroot for pain, she lists. Standard, herbal cocktail. Side effects, he asks. Bloodroot turns you into a sluggish zombie, eventually. Our guy instantly clocks the issue. I need something to cancel that zombie effect. Exists. Selena shrugs. But it kills the healing vibes too. Don't care. Teach me. Our boy insists. Stubborn, as ever. She points backward. Oh, great. The mandra plant? He walks up, and the plant literally glares at him. Rude. Just need some leaves. Buddy Ojin starts, and the thing screams. Everyone plugs their ears. Then it starts sobbing. Total drama. Queen, Ojin is so done. Pio whispers. Maybe he's jelly, cause you've been simping for soon. I'm awkward with plants. Okay, Ojin. Weird flex. Name him Pio urges. He pauses, and the plant wails louder. Fine. You're Kim Mandel, he yells. Defeated. Instantly, the crying stops. Now it's dancing. Mood swings much. Ojin snags 2 leaves, creeped out by how clingy this world is. Selena watches. Suze. Let me see that necklace. She finds 0 glitches. She puts it on to Pet. The animal's end gets hissed. Adnez reject. Okay, so it's biometric locked to you. She figures. How's it work? He says. I focus. Chest gets tight. Boom. Selena realizes. Wait, is it hooked to your actual heart? Touching it makes them swarmy like I'm a walking snack, Ojin adds. He feeds Sunja. Selena spots a glow he's feeding them his own mana. That realization hits hard. That link kinda dangerous. Pio interrupts. Potions ready. Leaves are smashed. Want another round? She asks. Hit me, our hero says. Selena stares at him. The vibes around Kim Ojin are just different. Nature practically simps for him. It's wildly unnatural. She's low-key starting to wonder if he's actually that legendary healing spirit. At Luriel's crib, she brings Dad's meds, but finds him face-planted on the floor. She books it over to scoop him up. Turns out he wiped out, cause Lumi wanted to chill by the window. Even though he's frail, he caps that he's totally fine. Luriel's flipping out about his brittle bones, but he's like, YOLO, I'm dying anyway. She claps back, saying his sickness can still get better, but he thinks losing hope kills you faster than germs. She's crying buckets, begging him to stop, but he's being stubborn. Suddenly, Ojin and the squad crash the pity party. He drops a truth bomb. People don't croak from fate, but from fake news, bad meds, and 0 self-care vibes. L'Oreal and her dad are totally shook by the intrusion. Our main guy introduces himself and spills the tea. Lumi's grounded cause of drug side effects, not age. Dad is super confused, swearing he's the one popping pills, not the fish. Hero explains that flying fish are basically obsessive group. Lumi cleaned Dad's beard and got high on residue. Toxic love. L'Oreal remembers how Lumi spent all night cuddling up against her dad. Old guy gets it. So that's why my beard was looking so fresh. He says, Ojin's like, yup, and whibs out the cure he made. Says the fish will be hyped up again in a day or two. Dad jokes he'll shave bald so it doesn't happen again. Mick starts treatment. Pio holds the fish. He pokes him with the meds. Donnie says this stuff kicks in crazy fast. Seconds later, Lumi wakes up and just zooms into the air, glowing like a glow stick, heading for Dad. He stares, for real. Then all the fish light up, blue and float up. The whole room is lit with shiny vibes as fish swim in the air. Luriel and Dad are stunned. Reminds Dad of proposing to Mom with these same floaty light fish. Holding Lumi, he's catching all the feels. Pio watches, realizing the glow-up came from Ojin's blood and magic. Dude is definitely built different. Selena thinks the same. Is he really the prophecy healer guy? Later, Selena meets Kalan to spill the tea on it. Kalan thinks it totally old stories. Ojin's vibe with Monocaros is solid proof. Selena asks why he gave the MCA ring that isn't his, but Kalan swears the OG owner would totally approve. He knows rumors about the healer dude are gonna go viral. Global, they'll use the hype to expose secrets, not just chase haters. Selena finally gets why. Baron Doyle let loose just to bait the shady creeps in back. Callian's like, he's fine. Says meeting, here's fate, not luck. Selena remembers him wrecking that Mega Bonnie while rocking Odd Bling. She admits, yeah, he's special. But healing spirit? She's not buying the hype. Kayan says, watch. Prophecy ain't just wins. It's warnings, too. Another chill morning at the docks. That jelly blob is squatting on a leaf again. Even though the bill was paid last week, bro sees it and gets salty. Why is it still here? Selena's babysitting, saying she's watching one of the three She's being super sloppy, so our guy has to jump in. He remembers blobs come in two main flavors, which got head cores and non-core ones that clone like crazy. Core types don't split, but hers, no core. It clones if it panics. Selena nods. It's a touchy little guy that clones when stressed. Dude gets sweaty. He knows these things are total bad news. They breed non-stop and have totally deleted towns before. Rooming it with crazy beasts like Mandra feels super dumb. He sadies the choice, realizing Selena hasn't. Asked to Boz, just went rogue pretending to help. Pio's sweating, hinting maybe they should bail on this mess. Our guy recalls hearing that. Elves hiding ears are usually masking criminal ink. Can't shake it. Selena always jumps the gun. She dodges questions and gets spicy. Her past looks sketchy. Ojin thinks about firing her, but their way to before he can stress more, Selena says, open up, and the daily grind goes on. At Doyle's pad, he's crystal chatting a mystery dude. Guy asks why the order crashed, the dock's place. Baron says they barged in, yapped about a beast, and bailed. Dude gets mad, accusing the Baron of letting the order snatch the mono. Baron's like, my bad, I'll fix it. But Ojin already has the beast. Dude, those beasts usually hate humans. Baron swears it's following our boy for free. Man says hush everyone, you total call cuts. Baron salty after getting roasted, tells the butler to page Theo and Alex, currently on break. Butler notes they got time off for whining about ours. Baron rages, cancels it, and yells, get him back. Realizing this mess is spiraling. At the market, gossip about the order is blowing up. Townies freak out seeing the squad in the flesh. Ask why big shots would hit up a Stickville clinic. Word is, they came for a super rare, god tier. Some say, our guy isn't a doc, but an alien from another world. Or that he wrecked a mana beast and tamed a godbit. Facts get twisted until the whole town is vibing on tea. By sunset, the rumors get totally weird. Now Ojin is the healing spirit, which Mitswa was a chick. But nope, it's a dude and his pals will rule the world. This lady, with long pink hair, tells her brunette bestie, the prophecy just got a remix. Over in the snobby part of Monvel Adrien finds his clinic dead silent, not busy. He asks, what? The butler says, 0 patients showed up. Blaming that shady countdownie for messing with him, he swears revenge. His aide whispers, it's cause of that new Belmont vet. Adrien laughs posh folks won't visit a peasant shop. But he loses it, hearing Lady Marianne went to Ojin instead. That reality check makes him furious. Death slam. He demands a ride to fight the guy ruining his rep. Age, a rich kid with brains, skills, and killer. Looks shocked everyone by becoming a vet. His reason? He just dug people who obsessed over their pets. Using charm, he'd tell worried owners that their fur babies would be fine, loving the ego boost. Adrien always kept work and life totally separate, except for his major crush, Lady Marianne Astrid. Since she walked in, he was completely hooked. He basically became a vet just to fix her unicorn. Now, he's salty. She picked a peasant to treat Lula. Super mad, he shuts the clinic for the day and zooms to the Astro Mansion. Her mom greets him politely, but bored, asking why he crashed. Adrien fakes worry for Lulu, saying the sensitive beast can't handle a peasant doc. Mom corrects him, Actually, Kim Oh-jin is a girl. That news totally froze him. She adds the peasant is pro and hot enough to be a fairy. This weirds Adrien out, and he starts picturing a girl who looks like a literal fairy, maybe a blonde angel, or a dark, mysterious, hot fantasy over. Mom says she lied to troll him and kicks him out. Totally roasted. Still salty, Adrien claimed he wasn't a simp, just a Marian stan. Her mom just eloped and kicked him to the curb. In his ride, Adrien raged and plotted to confront Oh-jin. He thought he knew. Unicorns best. They hate sweaty dudes and get aggro fast. Unicorns love hygiene, so he figured his grooming made him total unicorn bait. He remembered earning a beast trust by scrubbing twice a day and matching its owner's scent. He bet a smelly Rondo would trigger Lulu, letting him swoop in like a hero. The idea made him giggle. His driver silently judged the cringe. At Belmore, Adrien saw a mob hyping up the unicorn outside the clinic. Ready for a fail comp, Adrien prepped to roast him. But no power boy was just chilling on Lulu's back. The beast was totally zen. Everyone gave. Even Marianne said Lulu never let randos ride. Adrien froze. No way, gotta be a scam. Maybe magic from that elf girl with Oh-jin. Then Lulu chomped the elf's arm. Theory busted. Oh-jin fixed her up and shooed the crowd. Show's over. Refusing to take the L, Adrien decided to creep on them. He saw a window and climbed a tree. Parkour mode. He watched our boy treat the bite with weird wraps and herbs. Adrien's eyes caught a glowy mark on Oh-jin's hand. He gasped. That was the Celestian crest. Top-tier elf, royalty. He stared. This so commoner vet had supreme elf creds. Oh-jin spots a mark on Selena's hand and realizes that scratch has poison from the spit. Yikes. He says they got lucky. It wasn't worse. Selena notes the beast was acting super salty for its kind. Marianne says sorry for the mess and offers cash. Buddy says it's on them. When Marianne points at Selena, asking her job, Oh-jin says she's a helper for scripts and lifting heavy stuff. Marianne nods, then roasts the clinic's tiny size given his rept. That hit hard, reminding him of his old gig, a tiny, loud dump with broken pipes and angry clients. Before he can even think, Marianne cuts in, totally fangirling over his tragic backstory and wins. She gets all blushing and awkward, hyping him up before hinting her fam could fund a Now, our boy's wondering if she means business or, well, business. But then Lulu goes feral on Sunja, and the room goes instant chaotic. Marianne and our guys scrambled it, hold them back while Selena drops trivia about unicorns, usually chilling with small critters. Unlike Monocore, Marianne gets salty. The shade thrown at Lulu's vibe, and she starts beefing with Selena fast. They're throwing jabs about manners, sketchy bribes, and rich kid privilege. Payo mumbles about nobles being weirdos, earning a death stare from Marianne. Things heat up, and Lulu freaks, smashing into a bookshelf and tipping it. Suddenly, smash, the window explodes and Adrien belly flops onto the floor. Everyone pauses as Selena uses magic to catch the falling shelf midair. They all gawk, wondering if the window crasher is even breathing. Adrien pops up, bloody butt grinning, acting super relieved to see Marianne. Marianne's shook, but Pio's like, who is this guy? He introduces himself as Adrien Heaven Crown, kisses Pio's hand, and vows to protect all pretty things. Oh-jin just stares, cringing hard at the extra entrance, thinking this dude acts like a wannabe. When asked why he smashed through a window, Adrien gets defensive, claiming he's Lulu's main doc and accusing our guy of animal cruelty. That accusation, instantly, sparks a shouting match. Oh-jin says Lulu's chill, but Adrien calls him a fake and a cyber-hooking. Confused, Oh-jin asks Selena, and she explains it means a lying player who baits people like a Venus flytrap. Our hero finally gets it a sec. Too late, looking totally done. Marianne scolds Adrien's potty mouth, but he ignores her, grilling Oh-jin on his dating life. In the middle of the drama, Adrien spots a mark on Oh-jin's hand and accuses him of having a secret noble sugar daddy, or worse. Pio yells out, it's gotta be an engagement ring, and everyone gapes at our boy. Panic. He says, it's just a gift from Keon, but that just makes it weirder. Before anyone can grill him more, Lulu starts shaking hard, sweating buck. Then she drops to the floor, and everyone rushes over. Oh-jin checks her fast. Pupils are good. Breathing's heavy, but she's not dying. He asks Pio for a candle and stethoscope, figuring it out. Adrien watches, then drops his own serious diagnosis. Lulu's not sick. She's pregnant. Adrien checks Lulu and confirms a bon in the oven. Mare's totally in denial. No way, she protests. Lulu's been grounded in the greenhouse. Prego. Impossible. Selena nods. Facts. Adds suspicious Lulu's mood swings and super alert vibes. Total baby signs. So Adrien whips out a gadget to listen in, and Marianne follows his lead. She hears Lulu's ticker ... then a tiny, fast beat in the tummy. Boom! Shook by. The truth bomb. She faints. Ad catches her just in time. Our hero chills, explaining, it's called a stethoscope. Guys, Ad's floored. That thing picks up even the quietest sounds. While Ad and Ojin run the numbers and figure Lulu's 4 months along. Big yikes. Mare's still noping. She never left the house. She insists. Weird, 'cause she was on lockdown to date Prince Theo's horse, Shark. Still, despite the lockup, that baby bump ain't lying. Lulu hits the ICU. To fix the dehydration from all the puking, the squad stares. Whoa, drinks straight to the veins. They're amazed. It gets quiet as Mare reboots her brain. Cell speaks up. That Prince setup was doomed anyway. UNIS ... are picky, usually single for life unless they find the one. Rarely, a perfect match makes a legendary gold foal. Ad goes. Send her to the palace. Royal gift to explain the mess to the prince. Thinking the prince would vibe, but Cell shuts it down. Sketch gold hybrids are myths. Plus, who's the daddy? Ad list of many. Hot studs at Lady Mare's place. Any of them could be it. Seif the speedy hottie, Tara the tank, Dolly the charmer, or Buff Black Thunder. Mare sighs. We gotta ID the baby daddy first. Ad volunteers, but Mare pivots and begs Ojin, use your doc skills to find the truth. He passes scopes. Don't do paternity tests. Lady Ad jumps in, saying Ojin's care for Lulu makes him the MVP here. Cell adds the answer. Be close. Prego Eunice, freak out when away from Bay. But Lulu was chill the whole trip. Marion clicks. She only panicked here. The root is the key. At the stable, Joe's with a scruffy colt, oblivious to the drama. Lulu spots the colt, loses it, and rushes to snuggle or boo. Everyone's jaw drops. Marianne is shook. A royal uni with a basic mutt. She literally can't even. It's so cringe it gets a joke from our hero, calling it a soap opera, where dad hates the boyfriend. Adrene peeps Lulu's vibe. Says forget the haters. These two are actually in love. Mari says she's too young, but Ojin drops facts. Lulu picked him, splitting them hurts her and the baby. Mara's gagged. Her brain is just spinning a fancy unicorn crushing on a normie horse. While once the tea spills about the couple, Mari's dad confronts Joseph. He yells that letting a scrub horse near his uni is nuts. Joe tries to say he had zero clue, but the Count calls Cap and says he's chasing clout. Despite Joe saying no, the Count rage quits and locks him and the horse up. Big punishment incoming. Maids are gossiping, saying the Count is being extra. Joe's innocent. You can't stop animal love. Duh. Then they chat about what Lulu was Turns out, she was totally a bribe for the princess election later. They mention Mara's entry and how Lulu could have lived the high life, but chose a broke horse instead. One made jokes. Lulu acts just like her Ona. Another hints. Mari has her own secrets. Suddenly, one shushes the squad. Then a maid runs in Lulu's coughing blood. Serious drama. Mari sprints to Lulu, asking, what's the deal? Maid says Lulu's morning sickness is real bad. She recalls Selena's tip. Pregnant Eunice get anxiety without their bae. Lulu is fading. Maid warns, if this keeps up, it's game over. Mari asks when Ojin lands, and Maid says they texted earlier, but he's super far. Fed up, Mari decides to grab a local dock and yells to bring the horse to Lulu. Guy drags the horse in while maids gag at the smell. Jail or not, he should have showered before seeing the lady. Guy says it was an emergency. Mari shushes them. Send him in. Lulu runs and snuggles him. Mari calls for warm water. She'll clean him solo. Maids are shook, but she ignores them. Soup for Lulu. Now, she starts scrubbing the horse with a warm towel, thinking he's a heartless beast, but she remembers her parents hated her own BF too. She thinks Lou could have lived the high life, but wonders if this chill vibe is her true jam. Just then, our main guy shows up. He fixes Lou. Animals got faves. No ranks though. Lou doesn't think she's better than a horse. He hooks NIV, tells Mary Bay is enough for her. Meds flow. Quick fix, not permanent. He adds, real fix. Let Lou and her boy hang forever. Mary nods. Quiet. Hero packs. Clinics. Packed. Gotta zoom. Doubts his aide cares. Mary gets it. You handle the rest, she says. They watch Audrine hug a tree, failing to get down. He drops, saying, sorry, for the rudeness. Hero's like, nah, that's a crime. Ad claims he climbed just to check Lou, then dip. Mary's like, shoulda told the crew, but Ad says they blocked him. Ojin spots the scope. Looks cheap, he roasts. Ad it's a beta version. Docs need real gear. Hero says. Then dips. Ad eyes him. Go Ojin's, actually cool. He thinks, but our boy disagrees. Adrian's a weirdo, he decides. That night, Lou eats. Mary's super relieved. Ad says TLC is the best cure and props to her for helping Lou. Mary admits her ego hurt Lou. Was I jelly of a horse? She thinks. She remembers being innocent before judging by cash. Ad ghost nobles are all like that. Mary recalls her first crush. Just like his eyes. She dumped him for happiness. Now she asks, am I? Ad says, first love's flop, blinding you to new love, says her real. Match fits nearby. Mary's confused. Missed out? She quits the contest. Ad listens, sneaking a box out. Feeling brave, he puts it down to speak. Suddenly, she goes, I'm chasing Oja. Ad freezes. Wait, he asks. Mary wants her own power, not a rich guy. Ad is shook. She ends it, thanking him. Hope we stay best. Adrian's totally wrecked and swears Ojin is dead to him. At the clinic, Pio sneezes while reading Ujin the updates. Kiyo's, now Lulu's sidekick, and they want Ojin as her doc. They offered 10 times the cash, but our boy said, nope, he's way too swamped to bail. Then Pio whines that the plaque is stuck after an hour. Ojin checks the snake's grill and sees gnarly buildup, so he tells Pio to blast it with saline and grab the meds. Digging in, he finds junk stuck in the teeth and yanks it. The owner freaks out with joy, saying, Shamir, the king's gift, totally scarfed their heirloom. Our guy points out, the gunk is bad and teeth gotta go, taking 2 more hours. Selena's like, nah, 5 hours since it has a second head. Our hero's crushed, so the owner shows him a pic of Shamir. Their family artist made it, so he asks if Ojin digs it. He thinks it's gross and wants to pass, but the artist is super inspired and won't quit. Samir wakes up and Selena spots it fast. Ojin panics, thinking the meds wore off. Selena casts a shield, but Adrian jumps in and tanks it. She clocks him as the noble doc and is confused. Too late, Shamir opens wide and gulps Adrien down in one bite. Everyone freezes, shook that the beast ate a dude. Clinic's shut, but a mob's been waiting since sun. Fans whine about the trek, thinking of hitting the next town. Peeping from afar, Adrien is getting super salty. He hates Ojin for hurting girls while acting like a hero. He remembers chatting with his aide. His aide said the healing spirit gives world-ruling powers. Adrian laughed, thinking Marion was dumb for buying it, figuring he looks way more legendary than Ojin. But he keeps thinking about Ojin's wild miracles. Fixing a fish, turning a demon into a kitty. The stethoscope from our hero hanging on his neck feels heavy as he recalls being asked if he loves it. He acted cool, said he'd return it, and asked for a copy. His aide said yes. Now, creeping in a tree, he wonders why he's back. Down there, our guy is fixing a hydra. It's weak as he scrapes gunk, rinses, and applies meds. Adrien hates to admit it, but he's totally impressed. Mr. Valedictorian just got schooled by our boy's skills. Suddenly, the beast goes twitchy. Nap time's over. He freezes as it attacks the girl. He plays hero, but gets turned into a snack instantly. Total panic mode activated in the crowd. Ojin blinks while the owner screams like a banshee. Selena sees he's toast and preps a fireball. Our guy shouts, wait, the snake is choking. Too big to swallow. Time for that one? Weird trick. They sync up and jump into action. Selena haymakers the beast to make it gag. One hit and Adrien gets barfed out. Snake chills. Owners think our hero is a god. He tells Selena to check on Slime. She checks, breathing, but lights are out. Thanks to that spell, he's snoozing hard. Snake's fine too, just a bruised belly. Selena slaps on some goo and wraps him up. Later, our boy gives the owners a lecture. If your pet eats a dude, that's on you. They swear to behave, cracking awkward jokes. No more humans on the menu, pinky swear. The Baron sends some cringy he hates it, then sees the statue. Yikes. He thinks the world has officially lost it. Audrey naps through the fame while they babysit. He wakes up with zero clue where he is. Then the flashbacks start hitting him. Was spying, saw the snake, played hero. Next thing he knew, total darkness. Dying as meat. Irony for a vegetarian. Maybe he'll respawn as a unicorn next time. Then, major pain. He silently begs for a game over. A coughing fit drags him back to reality. Selena's there, like, oh, hey, you're awake. He's loopy and asks dumb stuff. She says, chill, magic hangover is real. Needs 2 or 3 days rest. Adrien just nods, like a good boy. Our guy walks in, telling him to sit up. It's healing juice. Chug the whole thing. He drinks. Ojin brags about the secret ingredient. Called your place. You're crashing here for a bit. He tries to argue to be polite, but our hero hits him with the doctor's orders card. Adrien says thanks, and our boy dips so he can crash. As Oyen bounces, Adrien thinks, wow, this dude is actually legit. Cringing at his jealousy earlier, Adrien vows to be chill and act like him until he spots a paper. A bill. Load fee 500. Food 100. Total 66.86. Adrien glares at it and totally disses Ojin under his breath. At the clinic, a couple freaks out there, cats switching genders. Hero size. It's just a phrase. Guys, he's getting fixed. They whine back, claiming it's super cruel and heartless. He patiently explains the cat's vibe is low, plus raising kittens is tough, and the mom's health is tanking from births. Got a better plan? He asks. Owner cries, but he's so young. Ojin asks if they want to do the math on how many kittens pop up in 5 years, or if they're secretly selling fennec fox pups. Owner denies it but argues, what fun will Kitty have left? Totally used to this drama, our hero drops some facts. Constant mating speeds up aging and ruins life for everyone. The couple leaves, looking totally teary-eyed and defeated. Pio promises she'll help lock in a surgery date for them. Hero mutters about scheduling it soon. Sick of repeating himself, Pio says the next pet belongs to her. Treat him right. Ojin promises he'll be on his best behavior. No worries. A girl walks in hugging a huge chicken, here for a checkup. Hero spots the shiny feathers. Yo, this bird looks solid. Pop is the buffest one, Pio adds. The girl nods, beaming. 20 minutes later, he says Pop's fit for a top-tier contest. The girl, still acting super nervous and uneasy, claims Pop looks skinny. Ojin checks. Nah, weight is fine. He had a seizure. Hero says it was just restless twitching. The girl adds Pop's throat hurt yesterday. Is it an infection? Pio says it's common. Ojin finds 0 issues, calming her down. Later, Pio runs in. Freaking out, Pop totally vanished. Tyr says she hit the bathroom. And poof, Pop was gone. Ojin yells to lock every door and window immediately. Selena tells the waiting room to freeze. Animal on the loose. Some owners complain their pets are getting super antsy. Sunja tries to calm everyone as the pets start acting wild. They search everywhere. Nothing, Ojin asks. What's his vibe? Tyr shrugs. I don't know. Maybe he already bailed outside. Hero insists. He can't open doors. He's gotta be inside. Pio gasps. Pop loves men. Boy notes animals, like deep voices. Tyr nods. Yeah, his obsession with guys is actually insane. It clicks for our hero. That's why Pop clung to him earlier. Sunja points out the last spot. The room where a guy's asleep. They bust in and see Pop literally hugging Adrian. Total freeze frame moment. Ojin gives Tyr the side E. Why'd you ghost your bird? He asks. He knew the vibes were off from the start. He's seen every weirdo pet owner, but never one bummed that their pet isn't dying. He's like, look, no matter how fast that chicken is, he's too bright to just get lost, or ninja his way through locked doors without anyone noticing. He wants the truth. Tyr cracks. The Baroness ignores, nobody's like me. But if a famous doc, like, you said Pop was sick and vanished, she'd totally buy it. Who's gullible enough for that? He asks. Tyr whispers. The Baroness. She's panicking now. Please, if she finds out Pop is healthy, he's dinner. Turns out, there's a fancy hunting bash, hosted by the Baroness. Rumor has it, Prince Theo himself is crashing the party. And the Baron is? She wants to roast Pop as the main course. Dead silence. Awkward. Pio flips out. Eat a pet. Seriously, doesn't she have a whole flock of fired chickens? Tyr sighs. Actually, hers all kicked the bucket last year. Totally wiped out. Ojin frowns. Why obsess over Pop? Tyr spills the tea. Big fire chickens are basically superfoods for energy and making babies. Legendary egg layers, you know. Rich folks think chowing down on them gives you crazy stamina or something. Our guy rolls his eyes. People always want to steal magic instead of earning it. Tyr adds. The Baroness has been eyeing Pop forever. Says she evict us if we don't hand him over. Pio's fuming. Blackmailing you for your pet. That's straight up evil. Tyr pleads. Please. Just right. A note saying Pop's contagious. Nobody eats a sick bird. Hero guy shakes his head. Nope. The vibe gets icy fast. Fake a diagnosis. You're a scammer, not a healer. Bro, just a total fraud playing games with actual lives. Cross that line, and my word means 0. Adrian snaps, furious. So your reputation matters more than Pop's life. She thinks saving a life trumps some dusty rulebook. Ojin doesn't blink. If I lie and say plague, Pop gets labeled a biohazard. They'll quarantine the barn, and probably wipe out every animal inside. And if the lie breaks, you guys get blamed for every future outbreak. I save lives. Yeah, but I won't risk hundreds just to save one pet. If you don't get that, you shouldn't be in medicine. Tyr looks down, mumbling a quiet, sorry. Outside, Tyr loses it. Pio pats her back. We'll figure this out, okay? I can't beat rich people. She sobs. Maybe I should just run away. Right then, our main man steps up. Don't bail, he says. Can't fix it medically, but as a pet dad, he got it. Tyr and Pio look up, totally relieved by the plan. Ojin tells Tyr to spill tea at the Baroness's, then hollers at the Snoops. He commands them to show themselves. Adrien, you're a huge gig for ya. At Clay's mansion, the gossip is absolutely flying. Everyone's chatting. Marianne ditched the consort race. Major drama. She was top tier, so the Baroness is loving it. Her kid's time to shine. She daydreams her girl. bagging the prince? Take that, haters. Sweet payback. This banquet is going to be the ultimate glow-up spot. But hold up, Adrienne shows up and crashes her vibe. Baroness freezes. Who's this hot guy? Totally shook. He slides over Smoot and asks for a private chat at the table. Caught slipping, she just gawks. Who is this absolute dreamy stranger? Sitting by Adrienne, she feels like she's dreaming. Everyone's watching. She's soaking up the clout with this hottie. She asks if he's an alum of the royal school. He nods. She's like, met the royals? Adrienne's like, yeah, mentioning he saw Prince Theo a ton back in the day. She's taking notes. Gotta redecorate to match royal aesthetic. Nosy now, she asks what the prince eats. Adrienne plays it cool, asking, you planning to cook for him or what? She flusters, but he's chill. Cooking for royals is tough. He offers a hookup with his secret merchant buddy. VIPs only. Sells the rarest, high-end, imported goods. Stoked, the Baroness says she needs that connect ASAP. Total lucky break. Adrienne walks her to a tiny hut. Here's the spot. Baroness is bummed by the lame look. But then, two peeps step up. Meet Louis Vuitton and Chanel. It's just Selena and OG. MC gives a warm welcome. And Selena says her timing is absolutely lit. Baroness is sus. Are these guys scammers? Ojin shows off Temsulu. Says it's the foreign viral trend. She eyes the shiny fruit stick and takes a tiny bite. Bam! Doubt's gone instantly. Sugar crunch. Snaps loud. Tangy juice explodes everywhere. Sweet and sour mix. Perfection. She's shook by the flavor. Okay, these guys are legit pros. Now that she's hooked, Ojin pivots. He spills the tea about a rumor. She snagged the legendary immortality herb. She flinches, but our guy just keeps rolling. Hype mode, it's the forever young chickpea, freezing time, boosting health, and stopping baldness or backed up guts. Hooked, she demands a lot, but Ojin's like, sorry, totally sold out. Adrienne jumps in, swearing that as a VIP regular, she deserves a pass. Hipa Avis, lying that the stash is a rival's gift for the prince. Panicked, she asks if that buyer has a single daughter. He nods, and she clocks the scheme. Bribing the prince with snacks. Desperate, she bids 10 times the cost. Ojin acts, all holy, refusing to sell out for cash. Alone, preaching about truth, love, and vibes. Selena almost sighs at his cringe acting. The Baroness feels guilty for looking greedy in front of saints. But Adrienne hints that true kindness means helping the needy. She looks at him, totally moved. So our boy fakes eyes and agrees to deal. Before she dips, Ojin drops a major warning. He claims the peas hold the great fire chicken's spirit. So, whoever eats them has to quit eating chicken for a bit, or it backfires hard. Instant wrinkles, sickness, and baldness. It's a lie, but she's shook. No fried chicken sounds like absolute torture. Her, but looking old is way scarier. She takes the beans and accepts the ban. Adrienne cracks jokes about health nuts, and our boy laughs along. She nervously nods, calling the fire chicken thing. So last season, back at the clinic, mission accomplished. Pop is safe. Tear lights up, thanking him for saving her buddy. Ojin grins, plays it cool, and hands her a fancy carrier bot with the scam cash. He says it'll stop future disasters. Tear, super emo about it, calls him her hero for life. He laughs it off, saying, hit me up whenever. Meanwhile, the mandrake is salty, while Pop gets all the love. Ojin offers her a gig watching beasts, and she's totally down. Vibes were good until Pop tries to inhale the mandrake. Panic mode. After wrestling him into the cage, Guy tells Tear, leave the chaotic fluffball at home next time. Turning to Adrienne, he hands over his cut. Adrienne blinks at the cash, but Ojin lists fees, rent, meds, leftover, 312 silver. Adrienne triggered, grabs his collar, screaming, you scammer. For the insane charges, Selena cuts in. Hey, at least the cure worked, right? Adrienne flips 180, praising her skills and the epic recovery meds. Cell promises a fix. With extra meds to keep him chill, he grins, totally down. Once Addie dips, Cell questions if letting him go was smart. MC admits the guy's skilled and they vibe well together. But nah, he ain't hiring him yet. Hard pass, for now. Cell calls him money hungry and bets Ojin's gonna regret it hard. Theo sips tea, bored. Ear-hustling news about the big hunt coming up soon. Doyle kneels, sorry he can't snag the beast cause the clinic's packed. Theo hates weak sauce, wants a bold plan to flex that beast and gain power. He warns the Baron, fail and you're toast. Then, total chaos hits. Baron's pet, Magma, goes nuts for food and dives for a servant's chickpeas. Wolf scarfs, and Theo rages while Baron begs, promising big payback to chill him out. Back at Ojin's spot, a surgery patient is waking up. Staff tell owners, watch out, waking pets, act clumsy and wild. Tears back. Cheeps, super lazy and coughing. Not good vibes. Ojin checks, Chep, chest cold, and weak muscles, gives meds and says, be careful. Next day, Tears back. No luck. And now her dog's sick too. Our guy spots the same weird symptoms across different pets and admits both to stop the spread. Days later, same drama. Random pets show up with the exact same vibes. Hero realizes it's major. Tells Onus, mask up. Stat, don't touch stuff with dirty hands. Wear gloves. Sick pets, go upstairs. Healthy ones, stay down. Segregated, meds fail, even though it's mild. This bug hits everyone equally. Cell warns this outbreak is going to blow up fast. She wasn't lying at all. Clinic is packed with owners, begging for help. Turning folks away, our guy sees every vet full up. Baron runs in panic. His indoor pet, Liz, is sick. How? Turns out a new turtle probably spread the germs. Baron asks about empty spots nearby and offers a vacant alley building as a backup clinic. Seeing the mess, our hero takes it and suddenly finds himself solo running 2 spots. He needs another doc. Bed? Over at Adrian's, he sees empty beds. Where's everyone at? Assistant says, town's got a bug. They'll call for help. Boom, letter from Ojin, asking for backup, arrives. Shows up with gear and meds, demanding to gold an hour plus bonuses. Total diva move. Adrian gets super salty. The attitude, wants to torch the note, but reads that Selena collapsed. Panic mode. Guilt trip, hits harder than his ego. He screams, I'm out till this plague is toast. 'Cause where there's drama, a doc's gotta be. Sidekick zips it, realizes stuff just got real. Plague hits hard. Pia locks the clinic down like a fortress. Sick pets are grounded. No wandering. Period. Everyone asks exactly when the hacking started, creating a massive paperwork mountain. 12 hours straight. Adrian checks throatsome, just have colds. Thank goodness. Selena is a zombie after 26 hours of potion testing, while our boy saves a bunny, 18 hours in, finishes gently, even though the whole squad is dead on their feet. Schwinn and Max pull up. 2 more sick puppers. They say, it's the hunting dogs for the big tourney. Big yikes. Wards packed. Tyr says, we are literally at max capacity. Ojin's stubborn. Make room. He yells, still hunting that cure. Schwein gives props. But Adrain just asks why they hoard patients like collectibles. Hero doesn't talk, just works. Can't say no to a sick pet. Pio says owners want pets back. It's just a cough. They claim. Ojin shuts that down. Ignoring it equals big trouble. Permanent damage means those working dogs get kicked to the curb. He is all about that animal rights life. Every critter deserves saving, useful or not. No cap. Late night vibes. Dragon power meds flop hard. Total fail. Selena yells, chill before you blow up your heart, dude. He blames glitchy mana. Maybe try weird herb stuff? Selena hits him with facts. You haven't slept, ... In 3 days. Bonk, 4 snap time. Wakes up 5 hours later. Tears, spoon feeding him. Eats an egg from Pop. Wait, that chicken never gets sick? Tears like, yeah, Pop and Sunja are totally immune. Brain blast. He scans their stats, diet, blood type, vibe, then sees Mandra spitting on the spit shield. That's why they aren't infected. Grabs plant drool, mixes it with sick juices. Science, time. The gray leaf turns green. Boom, we got a cure. Baby. Clinic goes wild. Everyone's worshipping the spit plant now. But wait, we gotta make gallons of this stuff. Squeeze it, dilute it. Nah. Selena mixes a sweet potato. Plant dude chugs it like an energy drink and starts drooling bucket. Gross, but it works. Ojin is hyped at the speed run they're pulling on this cure. By sunrise, the plague is cancelled. Max stops coughing and buffs up. Bro's super relieved, handing out the last shots like candy. Just as he finishes, someone starts banging on the door like the cops. Voices outside scream the Baron's here to bust our main guy. Baron pulls up with the squad, leaving the crowd totally confused. Ojin opens the door. Chill as ice. Staring down the noble who claims he faked the sickness for cash. Our hero's face is like brr. Really. Remembering his old bluff, he points to Sunja's fading mark as proof. He realizes this whole arrest thing is totally fake. The Baron just wants to snatch the cat girl. Pio tries to step up, but the Baron shuts him down hard. Our boy agrees to go, but insists on knocking Sunja out first. Baron pauses, then grunts. Fine. Whatever. Ojin signals magic escape, but Selena reads it as smash time. Sunja's napping in the box when the ring flashes the go. Selena moves, not with fancy spells, but a solid right hook that drops a guard cold. She grabs the cat and dips. Baron yells, forget the guy, get the pet. Our hero sees the play up. They definitely want her. Baron grabs Ojin's collar, threatening to trash the place, but Pio jumps in. Don't touch the clinic, man. Adrien tanks for Pio, forcing the Baron to back off cause of the crowd. So the goons drag Ojin away. He leaves the shop to the bros, hoping Selena keeps Sunja safe. Gossip flies. Ojin's now the villain who started the whole mess. Baron sets up a public trial, grabbing everyone's attention. In jail, our guy catches some Z's until the boss and his dogs arrive. Baron screams, "Where are the elf and the cat?" Ojin stays silent, secretly vibing because his friends escaped. Baron threatens to feed him to the growling wolves, but our hero sees Magma shaking, looking totally wrecked. He checks the wolf-lazy energy and blood in the diagnosis, a nasty hernia ignored for way too long. Ojin decides the pup needs surgery ASAP or it's game over. Outside, Selena hides with Sunja, who's getting super fidgety. Selena holds tight, whispering, "Chill, he's totally fine." Ojin calls out the hernia, demands they move the wolf to a clean room for surgery. Now, he orders them to grab tools, meds, and the sleepy juice, acting like he owns the place as the procedure starts. Once the dog is out, our hero starts cutting with steady hands. Baron watches, sweating bullets, while a servant hands over gear. The whole time he's working, our dude keeps strict control, demanding temp checks and timing. For the sleepy juice, yelling to keep every tool super clean. Baron is stressing out, wondering if he can trust this guy. Pacing outside, he doubts the diagnosis until he remembers Magma's mom died the same way. Eyeballing her, Pickett clicks he totally had this exact same sickness too. Meanwhile, the Baron's office is drowning in free Ojin letters. Even Lady Marianne's family sent a spicy note, threatening to snitch to the king if our boy isn't let go. Staff is freaking out over all the drama, blowing up. The surgery is a total win. Baron runs in. His buddy is breathing fine. Ian explains the aftercare. Meds for a week, then come back to yank the stitches. Finally, our hero crashes on the sofa, totally wiped out after grinding for days. Baron sees the raw cuff marks on Ojin's wrists and tells him, "Yo, never use those again." Back in the cell, he dreams he's chilling at home, all cozy. Parents' voices fade in. Mom's word his clinic is flopping again. Dad is salty about his stubbornness, asking why he ditched med school to be a vet. Why cure pets? But dream him is just fine. A critter snuggles up to him, like a Catlian mix, warm and fuzzy. Elsewhere, Theo grills the Baron about the lost beast. Baron admits it was snatched by the Othetheran crew, and Selena was totally their spy. Turns out, she was hanging with some shady elves. Theo blows up, calling the Baron completely useless. Baron apologizes, then asks, "Can we free Ojin? Everyone is hating on us right now." Theo is over it, says, "Fine, you decide." Back at the mansion, our hero walks free. Before dipping, he tells staff to bring Magma back in 3 days, and hands them a list. Servant mentions a dog with bum knees. Hero says, "Cool, I'll check it." Walking out, Ojin finds the squad at the gate. He is shook when they say they were ready to raid the castle if he stayed locked up any longer. He says thanks. Then the gang tackles him with a massive group hug. Selena is there too, smiling and holding so tight. He remembers the dream. Being a vet, totally the right call. From the mansion window, Baron peeps quietly. Servant asks, "We really letting him walk?" Baron stares. Servant is like, "But something weird happened inside." The beast licked the doc's face, then pooped. Baron shrugs it off, but secretly admits Ojin totally won this round. Days later, a mystery letter hits the Baron stares at the hero's insane medical bill on his desk. He crinkles the paper, totally vowing revenge forever. Morning vibes. Adrian brings Selena the herbs she asked for. Oh, Jin peeps from far off, wondering why dude is back again. Selena checks the stash. Shook, he found rare stuff off-sea. Adrien flexes hard, claiming he can get literally anything. She hands him a new list, and he grabs it fast. Selena looks closer while Adrien hypes up the top-tier quality, gushing over some spinach until he sees his hand is empty. The thief, Bloop, that lil blob snacking on the greens. Adrian yells and grabs for it, but Bloop chomps him, clones into 3, and slaps him silly. Adrian glares, muttering pets, match owners, and the hero's animals are all cranky. Selena cuts in, claiming Bloop is actually her, Beva. So Adrian jokes, that explains his good taste. Bloop smirks, and Adrian freezes. Did that thing just smile? Selena tosses Bloop in a cage to stop the drama. Inside, Bloopakea Pinkman is definitely not a normal blob. He brags that the upstairs herb room is totally his turf. Of all the critters passing through, only to run this show. Him and Kim Sunja, main muscle and clinic guard. Sunja's buff, but she won't mess with him. Pinkping's forehead gem lets him clone forever and wreck haters. Sunja sensed his vibes at first and attacked, but Pinkping showed off his power, shutting that down. Now he chills with Selena, ruling the clinic alongside Sunja. Later, someone rushes in with a pet, hit by a carriage, begging. Ojan checks the tiny body, clears the airway, and starts compressions. He does CPR, ignoring doubts. Suddenly, the pet coughs and breathes. The owners freak out, calling it a total miracle. Ping Ping watches from his cage, amazed the hero beat death. Ojin asks Mandel for one leaf. Ping Ping rolls his eyes, mocking Sunja's lame minion for dancing. Mandel glares, so Ping Ping roasts him more. Bored by the silence, Ping Ping starts his night workout, running on his wheel until he splits into 3 clones, wrecking the place. He loves the cozy crib the hero gave him for being loyal. Perfect climate, pure Vebsental. He snaps because he finds his crib destroyed. He knows Mandel did it. The guy's smirking. Ping Ping rages, calling him a traitor. Mandel, buffed by magic herbs, doesn't back down. Ping Ping laughs at the audacity, then attacks. Mandel jukes left. Ping Ping eats dirt hard. Ping Ping checks the stats. Mandel got buff but thinks, without your pot, you're just a sad veggie waiting to wilt. Smash. Ping Ping breaks the pot. Mandel hits the floor, totally crushed. Flexing hard, Ping Ping yells, "Kneel, loser!" Mandel glares, charging his ult. A scream to burst ear. Ping Ping panics, reaches for his ears, but his stubby arms can't reach. Fail. The attack glitches out into a tiny squeak. Ping Ping roasts the silence, loving his victory. Seconds later, our hero strolls in. Hearing the drama, he scans the wreckage and the broken plant. Okay, I see what happened. Squatting by the crying sprout, he goes, "Chill, I got you." Picking up the clay shards, Ojin smirks. Upgrade time for Mandel. Oops. Too much super juice makes Mandel grow 1.5 times bigger. Hero preps a mancho pot with VIP soil and organic snacks. But the second Mandel moves into his new crib, he looks wrecked. Ojin checks him, confused. Selena sneaks up and yoink plucks a leaf. Our dude jumps out of his skin. What the heck? A tiny, sad squeak from Mandel echoes in the room. He flinches. Selena freezes like she's busted. Awkward silence. Then Mandel barely reacts. Putt swapping lagged his voice. Our boy guesses he'll reboot soon. Next day, Mandel's a zombie. Droopy, pale, aging fast. Ojin sweating bullets. Is he gonna expire for real? Selena asks. Maybe he's hangry. More food. Pio jumps in. Stop. UNOOBs are gonna kill him. You swapped all the dirt. He's rejecting the update. His old soil was his vibe, his lifeblood. Total system swap left him too weak to adapt. Any later, and he'd become. Pio takes boss. Command. Shave the leaves. Gotta save water. Then Man gets shoved in the shade. No sun, no photosynthesis. Oh, Jin whispers. Don't rage quit, body. You'll heal. Midnight mood. Mandel stands there, stem leaking, quiet tears. Ping Ping waddles in, totally oblivious to the drama. He tries a playful kick, but our guy catches him. Click. The brain cell connects. Ping Ping stole the herbs. Ojin roasts his greed and new belly flab. Ping Ping snaps back. Chomp on the fingers. Bonk. Sunja appears and smacks Ping Ping's noggin. Suddenly, Ping Ping's tattoo lights up like a neon sign. Panic mode. Our boy sees the power spike. Whoa, turn it off. His necklace goes supernova, wrapping Ping Ping in a bubble. The necklace slurps up the core's power like a smoothie. Ojin stumbles back, vibes in the room getting totally intense. Zap, the pot glows. Mandel snaps back to life, looking fresh. Dude starts wiggling like a dance king. Our heroes just shook. Selena explains that the energy from Ping Ping's core went nuclear, giving Mandel crazy regeneration powers. Instant glow. Pio is hyped. Mandel is okay, looking super relieved. Ojin chuckles, the awkward tension finally melting away. Selena grabs Sleepy Ping. Don't worry, you'll recharge. Our boy warns, no more feeding salad to Ping Ping. Selena admits the tech is fire, but whispers thanks to her mess. Out in the western woods, there is a freaky legend called the Legless Beauty. Looks like a hot girl, actually, a legless manatee nightmare, dragging herself on front. Pause. She shows up whenever a baby starts bawling. Rumor says she's a ghost mom who went psycho, losing her kid. Pio swears it's real. Ojin's like, that's total nonsense. Pio insists, but our hero asks, where's the proof though? Then Selena drops a bomb. She saw signs in the woods last week. Weird drag marks were all over the dirt. Super creepy. It scared everyone off. So she farmed herbs. In peace? Score. Ojin gets the creeps, suddenly scratching at the door. They jump out of their skins. Selena's like, someone's there. Ignoring them screaming, not to open it. She does. It's Max. Our boy spots the dog holding Mr. Schwinn's clothes in his mouth. Thinking Schwinn's in trouble, he follows Max. Turns out, guy's fine. Schwinn waves. Yo, what are you doing here? Ojin exhales. Schwinn says the rag is just Max's chew toy. Dog was just bored since Schwinn's been so busy lately. In the woods, our hero notices Schwinn, grinding late. Schwinn points at a tree net. There's a trapped kitten. He says poachers are setting traps everywhere. Jerks. One kitty is stuck way up high. so he goes to grab a long stick. Waiting, Ojin sees deep scratches. Like monster claws? Schwinn sees weird prints too. Looks like the front leg creeper. Both get spooked, recalling the ghost tale. Suddenly, crying sounds. Hero tells Schwinn, "Quit it, bro. I hate scary stuff." "Wasn't me," Schwinn says. The crying gets closer. A shape pops out. They freeze. Is it the legless monster? Nope, just a fox. Injured back legs, explain the drag marks. The kitten cries, and the fox barks, clawing the tree to help. Our guy clocks the fox, eyeing the kitten like a snack. Crying continues, net starts to wobble. Cage drops. Ojin dives for the save. Wah opens it, not a kitty, but a dead fox cub. Rip, noise behind him. He spins around. Big Mama Fox is ready to throw hands. Ojin slipped up. Bam, Selena pops out, shoots a trank dart. Fox is out cold. Selena checks Ojin. She just got there, super curious. Heard rumors? Turns out, it's a magic spirit fox. Ojin confirms it. Yeah, that's the one. Poor thing's wrecked. Bullet holes in her legs. Selena checks too. Says she just gave birth. Milk's backed up. Hasn't fed the baby in ages. Bro realizes the dead cub in the net was hers. Hunters killed it. Bad luck. Bummer, it wasn't a full-grown adult. Still, white fur equals easy cash. Mom went berserk. Screamed and chased him off. Silence. She creeps up to her dead baby. Surprise! A tiny kitten pops out, meowing. She grabs her hurt kid, resting in the rain. Later, Mom wakes up. That cat is back. Baby fox plays with kitty. Snap. Both netted. Mom hears it. Sees her. Baby stuck high up. She cries under the tree. Back to now. Mom fox goes wild on the floor. Ojin holds her down. Gets bit on the arm. Quick reflexes. Jabs her neck with sleepy juice. She stiffens, then chills. Stitches saved. Morning! Scary growl in the lobby turns heads. Sunja creeps up to spy on the noise. Fox has been here 3 days. Still freaks out when awake. Meds barely work now. Pio asks, does she know her kid's gone? Ojin says no. Cub was dead for days. If she stayed close, she knew. Stitches ripping. Her body won't heal from the grief. Animals get PTSD too, Ojin thinks. Stuck in a nightmare. Attacking everything. Like in Ghost Tellies, the rescued kitty is okay now. Still weak though, gotta watch it. Ojin tells Pio. Keep it warm and away from the fox. Pio nods. Swaps the cold water bottle for warm. Kitty mews, looking at Mama Fox's cage. Pio comes back with the heater and glitches out. Cage doors open. Kitty gone. Panic hits when she spots it in the fox's crib. Cuddling Mom. Pio pings. Our hero S up, freaking out. With the fox so shaky, one move could mean game over. They bust in, but the kit's just hugging the fox, nurse and chill like. Fox wakes up. Eyes blink open, a tear drops. No biting, just bows and licks the small bean gently. Room goes quiet, totally shook. Bye. Seeing a hurt beast chillin' with a new friend. Next day, Kitty zooms across the floor, stealing Pio's glove in its mouth. Pio tries to grab it but quits as the fluff ball runs right to the fox. She'll get it back later. Fox is the main deal. It's healing. Once stuck, is now epic. Cuts are closing up, nice, and no more bad dreams, messing with its sleep. Pio is hyped at the fix. Can't believe the beast, once wrecked, is moving paws again. Nerves aren't dead, they're rebooting. Hiro washes, thinking he can't fix all human mess, but can give back a tiny piece. When Fox and Kitty get free, they walk into the woods as a duo. He waves by silently, hoping to not see him hurt again. Fox looks back like thanks, then ghosts into the trees. Soon, gossip about the Westwoods monster dies down. A nicer story starts. A white fox vibing with a small cat always nearby. At the clinic, the mandra flexes in its pot, getting weird looks. People whisper about weird moving radish, asking if it's the clinic's spirit guard. Some say mandrake, others swear. The real boss is a scary cat that shuts down beasts. Mandra gets salty, stomps to Sunja's bowl, and flips it like a rebel. Crowd gasps. Who dares fight the cat boss? Shock hits hard when Sunja shows up, eyes glowing. Mandra freezes in terror as she walks up. She jumps, but just torques a hairball on it instead of fighting. Folks are confused till our hero says cats eat Lucifer, which balls up and gets barfed out. Realizing he hasn't brushed her, he decides it's spa time. Hour later, Sunja's fur is still infinite. Fur piles up. Hero worries she'll go bald. Then he spots a tiny bald patch. Zooming in, he panics. Yikes, maybe fungal funk. He feels bad. How to vet miss his own pet's issue? He grabs a fancy tool made by a pro, the first manual clipper ever. Even if not needed, he just gotta use it. He starts clipping, and Sunja hisses before yeeting herself off the table. He wants to chill, but his inner vet mode won't let him quit. You can't let a fluffball win the mind games. He steels himself, whispering good kitty lies as he dives back in. She wiggles and cries, but he keeps going gently to get it over with. Suddenly, her neck lights up like a glow stick. The clinic gets blasted with light bright enough to see from outside. Freaked out, our guy jumps back as a magic circle pops up under her. Poof! Kalyan appears in the circle, the actual dude, not a hologram. Later, sipping tea, our boy spills the beans on what happened. Kalyan listens and goes, "Relax, she's not sick, just shedding. Her species has growth spurts where they go totally bald. To fix it, she's gotta take a dip in a sable pond, skip the bath, and that fur is gone for good." Our hero panics. The clinic's mascot is basically going bald. Kalyan watches him freak out and shrugs, saying it's safe but takes forever to regrow. That doesn't make Ojin feel any better though. He decides they need to find that pond, like right now. He's gotta save his buddy's fur coat. Kalyan explains the pond isn't one spot, just a magic-filled lake. It's where sable seals hang out and snack on energy. There's one nearby, but it's in a restricted, super dangerous zone. Unbothered, our guy insists they hit the road at sunrise. Selena says it's sketchy, but Kalyan agrees to be their guide. He asks about the shop, but Ojin says the pets are covered. Adrian's boss, for now. By morning, they're at the spooky woods. The place feels like a fantasy game, level thick, quiet, and creepy. Weird lights flicker in the trees, and the air literally buzzes. Nobody walks here. They spot a crawling flower, so the lake is close. Ojin squats next to a weird flower to check it out, but Selena yells, "Don't touch. Those seals are toxic," and plenty of other nasties hide in the dirt. Suddenly, Sunja struts over with a snake in her mouth, looking proud. He pets her, like good job, while Selena carefully grabs the snake. The snake's body actually has a twisted human face on it, a rare, deadly face. Ojin shivers and stuffs Sunja in her carrier to stop the hunting. Kalyan laughs because the cat looks totally insulted by jail. At the lake, the water glows softly, swirling with magic like stars. Even our guy, who sees crazy stuff daily, is totally speechless. Hypnotized by the view, he decides to jump in by himself. Kalyan says it's risky, but Ojin insists on going. Cats hate exposure. Adding a crowd, major stress fest. She hated grooming. A bath, total suicide mission. Kalyan caves, calling on some water spirit. He chants up a shield, giving Ojin gills that shine in the magic glow. Safe now, our dude takes a breath, bracing for impact. Muttering a joke, he admits, rather pass out than deal with this drama. Still, he grabs Sunja, bribing her with snacks as they dip in. Her paws hit water, but instead of panic, she's totally chill. He's shook. Is she that legendary water cat or what? The kind for folks with 3 generations of good karma. Sunja floats smoothly, under fur, shining like liquid silver. He melts, wishing he had his phone or a coffee right now. Cameras, BBQ, cold drinks, anything to capture this vibe. The lake sparkles with magic bubbles popping like fizzy soda. As he brushes, her fur peels off. In clear waves, like she's shedding skin, not hair. Ojin stares until the soap slips towards some weird flowers. He grabs for it, but realizes. Too late. He touched the toxic Celsia plant. Hand stings, vision blurred, everything goes pitch black. Ojin wakes up somewhere totally new, not the lake. Confused, our guy looks around like, where am I? Suddenly, a giant paw hits his shoulder. He spins to see a chill lion staring. He freezes, wondering, who's this beast standing right here?